going to show you is a typical system that'll have heat and retransmit. You'll have something exactly like this. And we have a thermocouple simulator right here. So when you plug your controller in right out the box, it will still be giving you an error because it's missing a second input. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold down the up and down arrows. Until it says A set. Now we're going to go to analog input 1. We're going to hit cycle again. Our first input is thermocouple, as it shows right here. TC, we're going to hit it again. This is in fact the J thermocouple, the red and the white. And we're going to back out. We're analog input 1. We're going to change that to 2. As you can see, there's only 1 and 2, so we're going to cycle through. Our second input, it says thermocouple. We don't want that, so we're going to use either the up or down arrows, and that's millivolts, that's volts, and that's milliamps. So now that's what we want. We're going to hit the cycle button. This is going to be our process unit. We're going to change that until absolute temperature, ATP. Then we're going to cycle through our signal low. It's set up right now at the box at 0 milliamps. We're going to change that to 4. Going to hit the cycle button. Our signal high, 20 milliamps. That's what we're going to stick with. Our range low is typically 70 or 50. We're going to go with 70 since this is a hot oil system. We're going to hit the cycle button again. The range high, it defaults to 9999. And we're going to come down to 550. Hit the cycle button again, just to enter it in. And then we're going to hit the infinity button, our analog input 2. We're going to hit the infinity button again, and we're back to A set. So then we'll come to output. We're going to do output 2. You can see output 1 here, its function is off. Output 2, our function is heat. So output 2, I'm going to hit that. Our function right now is the default is alarm. So we're going to change that to heat. I'm going to hit the cycle button again. Fixed time base. Our time base type is right here. Time base type, OCT, variable time base. So there's our OCT, fixed time base. We're going to change that to variable time base. Then we're going to cycle through. This is our output low, is 0%. Our output high is 100%. So that's what we have. Now we're going to go out. We're going to hit output 3. Then we're going to hit the cycle button again. Our output is volts. From default, we're going to change that to milliamps. We're going to hit the cycle button, and our function right now is off. And we're going to select RMT, retransmit. There it is right there, RMT, retransmit. We're going to hit the cycle button again, hit it again, and hit it again till our signal low is 0, and we're going to change that to 4. Everything's based on 4 to 20 milliamps. So we're going to hit this. Our default is 10. We're going to change our signal high to 20. So at our low, at 4 milliamps will be our low. We'll get our low temperature at 20 milliamps. That'll be our high temperature. Our range low, we're going to make it 70 and 550 because that's typically what we have. We're going to hit the cycle button again, range high, defaults to 100. And this is what it's going to retransmit at, this is the high for our retransmit temperature. There we are, 550. I'm at the cycle button. And you can see we're back at the beginning. So I'm going to go out. Output 3 is what we want. Output 2, that's heat, just like we want. There is no output 1. So now we're at output. We're going to go to loop. And here's our control loop and all our stuff. Heat algorithm, HAG, cool algorithm, CAG. So this is going to be set up for just heat and retransmit. So we're going to go cycle, heat algorithm, P and ID. Our cooling algorithm is off. We're just going to keep hitting this. It's like 14 times until we get our low set point. And our low set point for our P and ID loop is going to be 70 degrees. Now we'll hit the cycle button again. It defaults to 9999, and we're going to go down to 550. We're going to hit the cycle button again. That's our current set point, 35. You'll see when I move this, it goes to 70 because that's actually our lowest set point we can make it. I'm going to cycle this again. I'm going to make our idle set point 70 just for convenience. Our set point low is minus 100%, but since this doesn't have cooling, we're going to change this to 0. Hit the cycle button again. Our set point high is 100%. And we're back to the beginning. We've shown you on the other ones, global, we would hit enter and we can change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. I'm just going to back out. And you can see right now we're reading 100 degrees and we're retransmitting 100 degrees. So when I change this to 200, it's going to change that 4 to 20 milliamp signal to get us another reading on the other. So if I go up to 550, which is our max, you can see we read 550 on both.